I wanted to talk about today in this video. I want to speak about self-mastery. And everybody has mastered themselves to a certain extent, whether or not it's a small extent or a high extent. Everyone has mastered themselves to some extent. So the main objective when we're dealing with self-mastery is to achieve having extreme self-understanding and having extreme self-awareness and self-analyzation and self-overstanding and understanding. And that's what it's all about. It's all about being fully meticulous and calculated and very observant of the way in which and why you do certain things and the things that led up to certain things being displayed or actually taking place within your reality. But it's all about being the master of your mind and being the master of your thoughts, because there's no thoughts that's bigger than yours. There's no one more important than you, because your thoughts give value to all things. So you make everything important. You make that phone, that TV, that person, that conversation that you had last night, that negative person opinions, all of these things you give life, you give importance with your mind, with your thoughts. So a person isn't a threat until you mentally decide with your thoughts that they are a threat. So the key is understanding that all power exists within your thoughts. It comes from you. So with knowing that, then you're able to realize that, okay, all is mine, and there's no one more powerful than me, and if there are, it's only because I made them powerful with my mind. So with knowing that, then you're one step closer to having the key to mastering yourself and mastering your mind and mastering your reality. So that's just one key I want to leave with everyone. Also, make sure that your daily rituals is basically there so that you can set the foundation for the rest of your day and what you're going to experience throughout the day and the way in which you're going to function throughout the day is all being set in the way in which you perceive yourself or train yourself to perceive yourself throughout that day. And when you motivate yourself daily and build up your spiritual momentum, build up your spiritual energy, self-motivate yourself and build up that energy, then you're building up your perception of yourself to be a highly self-confident or self-loving self-image or perception of who you are. And when you establish that through daily ritual and daily motivation in the beginning of the day, then you set the foundation and the tone for the rest of your day. Because remember that your self-image determines the way in which you move, the way in which you talk, the way in which you walk, the way in which you perceive yourself, the way in which you treat others, and the decisions that you make in life is all based upon the way in which you perceive who you are mentally. So make sure every day you motivate yourself, and all throughout the day motivate yourself. You want to consistently reinforce, because if the subconscious mind, your subconscious mind first off possesses your self-image, which is your belief regarding yourself and the world around you. So your self-image, you may have a negative self-image, and so if you have a negative self-image, let's say for example, you want to, in your daily practices, in your daily observation, you want to be able to observe yourself in motion, in action of you doing something geared towards reinforcing the opposite. So if your self-image is negative, you want to reinforce positivity consistently, because consistency is key. The more and more something is repeated, the more and more psychologically you become accustomed to that which is repeated consistently. So daily motivation, daily ritual is key, because the brain works on habit. So the subconscious works on habit. So you want to create new positive thinking habits and thinking patterns. So that can only take place through daily motivation, I should say, in other words. The body is a thought reactive system, so the more and more something is repeated, the more and more psychologically you become accustomed to that which is repeated constantly. So consistently all throughout the day, remind yourself of positive things And remember who you are. Live in that experience of who you truly are. Stop living in a false perception of who you think you are. Who you think you're going to be in the future does not exist. What you think is going to take place in the future does not exist. Only right now in this second exists. You can only become who you already are. Own your success.